So these are the 3 crucial lessons or takeaways from last week's in-person event that I did with 8 of my VIP paid mastermind clients up on the Gold Coast in Australia. So I want to share exactly what we discussed and what we actually learnt on those days so that you can hopefully implement it into your business as well. So if you don't know me, my name's Will De Bruin. I co-founded an e-commerce business in 2013 with my brother. We started from the kitchen bench, we left our corporate jobs, and that business has since gone on to do multiple 7 figures per year. And I now help e-commerce brand founders scale to their first 10K, 20K and beyond per month. So hopefully you can get some value from this video and any other on my channel. So last week, I basically hosted an in-person mastermind event with 8 of my clients. I limited it to a very small room so we could get as much value out of it as possible. Time seems to fly with generally, but too many people in the room. So I wanted to make sure that it obviously wasn't too overpopulated so that everybody who came could get the one-to-one support and guidance that they came for. So it was basically this beautiful penthouse apartment in Kira Beach on the Gold Coast and overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful, whales jumping out and beautiful sunshine happening all day long, which was fantastic. And what we basically did was we got down to business right away. I taught them essentially the fundamentals of what to look for when our business is challenged or struggling. Okay, so how we actually diagnose bottlenecks in our business, and we all have them. And the really reality is that everybody faces them no matter what stage they're at. The stage that you're at versus someone else might be different for that challenge or bottleneck, but it's an inevitability that you will come across bottlenecks and challenges, and that happens at various points. And that's kind of my first point that I'll go into in a minute. The second part we actually went into was obviously how to mitigate these or really deal with them. It's really challenging to mitigate certain bottlenecks or risks. It's just going to happen. And often it's the thing that you didn't think of for, right? So you might foresee that something's going to happen and then it's going to be a different bottleneck that actually might come up. So it's only so much we can do initially to try and prevent bottlenecks. But the point being is that we want to reduce the time that we suffer in those bottlenecks. So there's really 3 main things to getting to that next level with your business that we discussed. And it was a really common thing, something that I learned from 13 years experience myself, but I shared with each business in their own respective way. So the first thing is the concept of scale and breakage. And like I was just mentioning, the inevitability of bottlenecks and what I'd call breakage is where your business basically stagnates or even sometimes declines. So at various stages, again, through your business, you will have points of growth and points of stagnation, decline, which I call breakage. Something in the system is not working. Examples could be initially when you get too busy, that you get that first level of scale, you get too busy and therefore you stop marketing, you're fulfilling, you're producing. If you stop marketing, then you essentially stop making more sales for the future weeks, future months. So that's like a bottleneck, like a breakage point. The second part might be once you solve that, say you put on ads or something like that, you might get to the next level of scale. And again, it might be some fulfillment issue. So you need to go and hire people, right? Then you go and hire people, then you go through a next level of scale, and then it might be your ads become less profitable, for example. So there's always something that comes along. And whether it's your first 5K month, 20K month, 60K month, 100K month, 300K month, everybody comes up to it at different stages, but it's an inevitability, as I say, that you'll come up against them time and time and time again. So the first point is to actually recognize that this will happen to you and to not freak out when it does. It's just that recognition point that something is going to happen. And when it does happen, you have to acknowledge that, okay, this is my breakage point. I've just had that nice level of scale, nice level of growth. And now I'm at the breakage point. I actually need to fix this bottleneck. So that's the very first thing that we discussed. The second part to that is fixing the root cause of this bottleneck. Now, this might sound really obvious, but when you're in the weeds, when you're in your business, when you're trying to wear all the hats and do multiple things at once, you need to fix the root cause. All right. So when I use those examples of, making more sales and having to fulfill, the answer is not, I need to go and hire more people too quickly, right? It's actually figuring out how you can scale the ads, for example, all right? Or if you're scaling ads, it's not saying, I need another, influencer marketing strategy or email database strategy or this. It's like your root cause of your issue is the ads. So you need to go and actually fix that and double time and hammer on that. So what I observe with ecom brand founders is that they find these challenges, for obvious reasons, really challenging, and it's easier to go to the next shiny object or path of least resistance. And they don't actually address the root cause of the issue. So what happens is they see something new, a new strategy, a new technique, a new this, or this. They hire a new person and they don't fix the root cause. So they have this level of excitement, this level of optimism. They go and implement that strategy because it's new. They give it a period of time. It doesn't work. It doesn't solve the actual root cause problem. And so they have to keep switching over, but they're ignoring this elephant in the room over here. And so if you do that, if you don't address the root cause or fix the root cause, then you'll still have that issue infinitely longer. All right. So that's really important to, once you've understood your stage of the scale and breakage point, to actually fix the root cause of that. And again, sometimes it's not what we might think initially. So you must be obsessive and diligent with actually looking for this problem to solve. You don't want to be trying to fix the wrong problem or band-aiding solutions across. Another example there is with, just let's call our marketing. Say our ads aren't scaling any further. That doesn't mean ads don't work for you. That doesn't mean we need this strategy in terms of other things outside of ads. It's about unlocking the next level of growth with your ads. So again, being able to get obsessive with that, but master that and spend time, the desired amount of time or the appropriate amount of time to master the next level of growth of these ads. Because if it's got you there, it's likely going to get you to the next level as well. This shiny object over here, TikTok ads or whatever it might be, isn't going to be your solution. It's about fixing the root cause of your problem. Okay. I can relate another example that is, say, a conversion rate. Say you're getting a lot of traffic through and people aren't converting. It's a really low rate, say less than 1% conversion rate. People again tend to say, I need more traffic, I need better traffic, I need this. If you can diagnose that you are getting relevant people to your site, relevant engaged traffic, like your ads are set up correctly, your organic market is on point, they should be that market resonance. More traffic is not going to solve that conversion problem. It's not more people or eyeballs you need. The root cause is actually the conversion rate of your site. So that's just a couple of examples of how we can actually use that. And the third thing, kind of dovetailing onto that, is that there's really only going to be 1 to 3, I would say like maximum of 5, but honestly like 1 to 3 things that will get you to that 10x growth. Okay, this is again kind of hard to comprehend because we're wearing so many hats, but if you really think about what your goals are, if you break them down into the question of, if I just solved this thing or these things, I would be able to 10x my business, your answer would be very simple. And this is something that we found with the people in the room, is that it really only came down to, as I say, mostly it was one thing, but maximum 3 things when it came down to, if I got these things right, I can 10x my business. And again, that's where all your focus should be going. It's not anything outside of that becomes a distraction. And so that's what I just want to obviously share with you guys watching this video, is that if you can identify what that is, if you've seen evidence, you've done enough testing, you've spent enough time to know that, for example, meta ads is your key to scale, then that's the thing that you do. That's the thing that you obsess with. That's the thing that every dollar you spend, you're investing in your education. You're investing in building your business to that 10x level of where it is right now. Okay, it's not, as I say, being sold up the river by the TikTok marketer or the email marketer or anyone else. If you just have to know that effort is going to get you there. For other people, it could be their email database. So building that email database, harvesting from that email database. There's a myriad of things depending on what business you're in, what industry you're in, what you have at your disposal and the resources that you have available. But I can tell you it's going to be a maximum of 3 things, but likely it's going to be 1, right? So then the question is, why are you doing anything outside of that one thing? Okay, so hopefully this is a big realization point for you, that it's a lot simpler than what you might think, or simpler than people make it out to be. People love to complicate things. But honestly, I can tell you from all my years of experience, the ones with the most complex strategies, the ones that think it is the hardest and have to the cleverest, are not the most successful businesses I see. The ones that are the most successful have the simplest strategy. They know it's the 1 to 2 to 3 things that drives that needle, and they just obsess over it, work on it, refine it, sharpen the sword, adapt to changes as they go. So that's what I wanted to go through today. Hopefully that was really valuable, because we spent 8 to 10 hours in a room together with 8 entrepreneurs and myself and my other head coach, and we talked about this nonstop. Okay, so to come full circle there, the first thing you need to understand is that your business will scale and break at various points. Okay, the second thing is to actually diagnose that root cause and fix that root cause. And then the third thing is that there's going to be 1, probably a maximum of 3 things that's going to get you to a 10x level. You just have to identify what that is, basically knuckle down and double time on what that is until you basically break through. Use everything within your power to master that one thing and to level up to that next thing. And then it's going to be a next thing, but it's focusing on one thing at a time. So look, I hope this video was valuable for you. If it was, I'd love a like, I'd love a subscribe. Thank you for watching till the end. If you want to know more about how we help e-commerce brands scale, you can click on the link below and check it out. Have a call if it seems like it might be right fit for you. But other than that, thanks for watching to this point until the end. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you in the next video.